Hey y'all, so sorry about that. I was live and then I wasn't live anymore, but I am back. So I'm gonna start the whole review all over again because I just completely deleted the live. But yeah, this is we're back for the second time for Love During Lockup season, whatever this season is, episode number whatever episode this is. And yeah, you guys, let's go ahead and just get into it, shall we? So I'm gonna actually go back. I'm gonna go out of order of what I did. So let's see. So actually, we'll start up with Andy and Brittany this time. So with Andy and Brittany, um, like I said previously, I don't know who is con and who, because one minute I think that Andy is the con, the next minute I think that Brittany's the con. So honestly, for me, it's just a like a situation of who is playing a game with who, because they both give the con artist, right? So let's see. Child, YouTube don't play no games with me, huh? They demonetize this thing, and I'm just barely talking, but it is what it is. So yeah, like I said, with Brittany and Andy, I just don't know who's con and who, because it's very interesting to me looking at them. Like in this episode, she was still upset with him about what happened in the past episode when his daughters told her that he wasn't in their lives, right? And like I said earlier, when it comes to Miss Brittany, I just feel like she was looking for a way out of this situation with him, because that's all I really get from her, is that she was just looking for her way out of this situation. Because how are you upset with this man talking about he lied to you, which he did, he lied to you, but you're no better of a parent than he is. Yes, he may have left his kids, and he lied. Here's another lie with him. He said last week that his daughters weren't telling the truth, but then this week you say, oh, well, it wasn't like I left for a month at a time or weeks at a time, but I left for a couple of days. Well, your daughters then interpreted that as you were not in their lives. And also, you guys, before you, if you guys are in the chat and watching the video, like it, subscribe it, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. So he's talking about that he was there, but not according to your daughters. But Brittany, back to you, my good girlfriend. Your kids, who's raising them? Because it ain't you. So you can say whatever you want to say about Mr. Andy, but you ain't in your kids' lives. So I don't know. And your kids are still, I know some of them are teenagers, but they still needed a mother at some point in their lives. So yes, ma'am. You've been a little bit on the hypocritical side, aren't you? You've just been a little bit hypocritical. That's all I got to say for you. I get your frustration with Andy, and I get that you're mad with Andy, but let's not play like, you know, we're innocent in this situation, because you are not. Andy, why did you feel the need, like you when you kicked your clothes? I was like, sir, I don't know if those clothes were clean or not, but the clothes didn't do anything to you, sir. You're mad at yourself. Be mad at yourself and not at them clothes. But yeah, when it comes to Andy and Brittany, I don't know who's playing the con with who. I think it's kind of a little bit of both. If you guys want my personal opinion, I think they're both running the con on each other. And I don't really need to see them on my television screen, to be quite honest with you, because I'm not the biggest fan of them. So Brittany told Andy that she doesn't feel like he needs to come up this weekend with her daughter coming to visit her. I was like, well, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I can't tell you any other way to feel. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about Brittany and Andy. Again, I can do without these two on my television screen personally, but I want to know you guys' thoughts and opinions in live chat and in the comment section below. So let's go ahead and move on to the next couple, shall we? And I think we'll just go back and do Jade and Chris, right? So, on top of Chris being someone who I think is very controlling of Jade, he's very, very jealous. I don't know if he's jealous of the fact that she's in the free world and he's not, or if he's jealous about who she's hanging around. I don't know what the situation is with these two, but that jealousy would be an absolute hell to the nah for me. That's just my personal, opinions. I'm sorry, someone that's jealous like that, I couldn't be with it. Like I couldn't deal with it, and I would not deal with it. Like Jade said in the episode, you're the one that sent yourself to prison, not me. Like I'm not the reason that you're in prison. You have only yourself to blame. So, and I also wonder, like when it comes to Chris, if he feels like since he's the one that pays the bills, and I guess he probably pays the bills, and he's bought things for her, and he does so much for her. I wonder if he feels that since he does so much for her, that her family should just be like, oh, well, Chris does this for you, and Chris did that for you, so you should just bow down to his every beck and call, and whenever he calls you, you should just be readily available to answer his phone call. And sir, that is just not how life works, right? Again, I know you feel like you big man because you paid, you do the stuff for her, right? But yeah, that don't buy you anything, because again, like she said, you're in jail, not her. I don't know how she's been in a relationship with this man for 5 years, because that's just something I said it in the last live. Something that I just couldn't do is be in a relationship with someone who has a lengthy sentence. It's just not gonna, it wouldn't be for me. I can be with you if you are on, like, if you got a month or two left on your sentence, or even 3 months. I can give you that. I can even give you 6 months. But anything past 6 months is just not gonna be for me, because I'm gonna be like, you know what, I gotta do me, I gotta live my life, and you do you, right? Once you get out of prison, we can pick up where we left off. But as far as while you in prison, I am not going to be in a committed relationship with you. It just ain't no way it would happen, Captain Jack, right? So they eventually, got off. They got off of that such subject, and they had a weird FaceTime session where she was in her lingerie, and I'm just looking at this like, wow, he really is in prison with either an iPhone or an iPad. And I keep thinking to myself when I see that kind of stuff, I'm like, is that not considered contraband? Because it's a little weird to me. But hey, he's doing it, and I guess he ain't gotten in trouble from it. So it is what it is, right? So yeah, please, you guys, let me know what you guys think about Jade and Chris in the comments below. And let's go ahead and just move on to the next couple, you guys. I don't know where we want to go next. I guess we'll go back to Brittany and KEROK, you guys. So with Brittany and KEROK, like I've said plenty of times in my reviews, I do like Brittany and KEROK, but I still, for me personally, I do think that Brittany and KEROK are both really, really young, and I don't think that they have thought things through when it comes to this whole wanting to get married and wanting to have children thing. And I know I've had people say to me, like when I did Married at First Sight, and I was talking about Dom, who was 25, getting married. When the people see people, I don't know if people assume that I'm just saying, oh, when you're young, go out and have fun. That people assume that I'm saying go out and have sex. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you're 25 and 22 years old. You have so much life to live, and I think you should spend your 20s getting to know yourselves, right? Getting to know what you like, what you dislike, and traveling the world if that's what you want to do. Just live foot free, foot loose, and fancy free, right? That's what I say when I'm say people are young in the 20s. I'm not saying it and in a situation of go have sex. I'm just saying it in a sense of a maturity aspect. That's really where I come from with this. It has nothing to do with sexual anything. It's just strictly a maturity aspect. But I do, I mean, I like Brittany and KEROK. So in this episode, we see Brittany. So Brittany is at the crib, and her friend comes over, right? And so her friend was like, "Girl, where'd you like? Where did you get this bed?" And I was like, "So she didn't have a bed before?" And she was like, "She was sleeping on the floor." So she asked her about the bed, and so Brittany said, she paid for it, right? So then Brittany is talking about the fact that she and KEROK, they are, looking into having a baby, and she would be, they just need a sperm donor because she's gonna use one of KEROK's eggs. And I was kind of confused about that situation, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. Because let's just say on the offset that things don't work out between Brittany and KEROK, right? And they have a baby. Well, legally, that baby will belong to KEROK and not to Brittany. So she wouldn't have any claims to the baby. And I would hate that for her, right? So I was thinking, why not, go the route of fertilizing one of your eggs as well as KEROK's eggs, and you carry the baby. That way, if something happens to y'all, like say the babies could be twins, right? Would they be considered twins? They're not from the same egg. But the babies would be siblings, but you know what I'm saying. Brittany would have custody of her child, and KEROK would have custody of his child. So that was my thought process. But hey, it is what it is. But I do really feel like with Brittany and KEROK that I just want them to kind of pump the brakes just a little bit because I think that they are moving a little bit too fast, right? So also Brittany told her friend that she hasn't told her parents about KEROK and that she wants to wait until KEROK gets home from prison, right? And like I said in the last live, I don't necessarily know that that's a good idea to wait until KEROK gets home to have that conversation with your parents about that. I really think that you should. I know you might not have the best relationship with your parents, but that's going to be a shell shock for you to KEROK to come home, and then for you to explain to your parents that KEROK is a man, but KEROK was born a woman. And if your parents are uber religious, girl, they definitely ain't gonna go for that. But it ain't even for them. It ain't even nothing for them to go for. But I just don't know that. And then if you haven't had a conversation with your parents, I don't think that should be the first conversation that you have with your parents. I think that you should reach out to your parents now and have a conversation with them and go from there. But to spring it on them right after he gets out of jail, I just don't think that that's going to be the most conducive conversation to have. But hey, we'll see how it goes, right? Are they coming to Love at the Lockup? Because I know they keep talking about the fact that KEROK is getting out of prison soon. So I don't know if they're transitioning over to Love at the Lockup, but I do know that RANEKA and ASONTA are transitioning over to Love at the Lockup. But yeah, you guys, let me know what you think about that. So also with Brittany and KEROK, so Brittany had a a video chat call with KEROK, right? And she was late to the video call. So KEROK called her on her phone, and he was upset and pissed at her, and basically telling her he's not gonna get back on a video call with her. And I was like, oh, come on now, KEROK. Like, I get it. You do feel a way about the fact that she didn't join the video call on time, but I think he said 20 minutes. I think he said 20 minutes. I could be wrong. But you didn't think that maybe something happened to your girl? So you didn't even ask her what happened. She said, now when she kept saying it wasn't her fault, I'm like, it kind of is your fault. But I know what you're trying to say. My best friend was here. We were talking, and I lost track of time. I know where she was coming from. I got what she meant. But it is a little bit of your fault. But I think KEROK was just doing a little bit too much with that particular situation. Yes, you sat there waiting for her, but it ain't the end of the world. And I hate to say it, what the fuck else you got to do? What else do you have to do with your day? You're in prison. So it's not like you're going to say, oh, I'm missing work. Oh, I'm missing school. Oh, I'm missing this. You're in prison. PR, never mind. I'm not even, you're in jail. You're in prison. Prison. You ain't going nowhere. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about that. And we will go ahead and move over to our next couple, you guys. And I don't know where we want to go because there's the people that I have left last, they are very interesting to me. So I guess we will go on ahead and move over to let's just get LATISHA and Keith out the way again. With LATISHA and Keith, I really do feel like this is a storyline, you guys. I promise you guys, I think this is a storyline because LATISHA gives, mm, she gives me, I don't know what she gives me, but it's just not giving a lot because I'm just like, this has to be fake. This storyline has got to be fake. Or not even fake, but embellished, right? I feel like it's embellished. So you guys remember in the last episode with LATISHA that she was asking Keith if he had sex with her employer, right? So the phone hung up and she like, he better call back. Well, in this episode, he actually did call back, right? So when he called back, that's when she asked him, did you hang up? He said, no, the phone disconnected. So she then asked him, like, did you have sex with that girl? So he said no. Actually, at first he said ask her, but then he said no. But here's a question that I have for you, LATISHA. Even if he did sleep with that girl, what does it have to do with you? You're his wife. And even if he did sleep with that girl, that was in the past. You're the current. So it's given jealousy and hella insecure, right? Because why do you care? If they were teenagers when this happened, why the hell do you give a damn? It doesn't make any sense to me. So after that, did you guys see that little blurb of them in the episode where she was introducing Keith on speakerphone to her employees? In that particular moment, I would have been like, you know what, ma'am, I gotta go. Because say what now? You want me to introduce myself to this man over the phone. And then the title that she gave him is president. I'm like, lady, ma'am, can you at least give him the title of maybe CEO or something like that? But the president, okay. I have a lot of questions when it comes to LATISHA because, like I said previously, I've saw her those mugshots of hers, so I'm kind of confused how she is able to run this business and not get in trouble by the law. Because, ma'am, you're a criminal just like him. Ain't no shade there, but like, yeah, nah. So she went down to meet who I thought was her attorney, but when I saw this man, I was like, this man is giving that he has absolutely no earthly idea who LATISHA is. The way that lawyer was looking at LATISHA, it was like, girl, if you don't get your ass up out of my office and go to hell on somewhere, that's literally what it was given to me the entire time, right? So she's asking the attorney about, bringing Keith into her business, right? So the lawyer asked her, what did he go to prison for? She said conspiracy. I was like, ma'am, conspire. Even an attorney had to ask her, do you know what the definition of that is? I was like, exactly. Because she's like, he did his debt. He did his debt. I don't give a damn what you say, ma'am. Conspiracy. Conspire. Like, ma'am, no. Even if she were to bring him on, and the guy was like, that's kind of unethical, and you can't really have a felon, around your business, right? And like she would be running a huge risk. I'm like, I think she knew that. Like, maybe common, but you know what? Common sense ain't all that common. But the fact that she is literally even toying with this idea, I would, if I were any of her clients and I saw this show and I saw her talking about she wanted to bring her husband into her business, I would have called her up the next day and be like, girl, I saw you on Love during Lockup last night. And were you serious about bringing your husband on? Because if you are, then I'm so sorry to tell you. But I'm gonna have to bow out because I don't want I don't want that on my hands. Like, I would feel a type of way about him having any access to my social security number, my money. I would just be uneasy and a little bit leery and apprehensive about it. So I'll be like, you know what? On that note, dog, it's got to be a hell to the no for me. Like, no, we're good. We are Gucci. We are good. We are fine. There is nothing that you can say or do for me, my good sis. Thank you for your services, but have a good night. Like, no, LATISHA. That's why I say I just don't know that her storyline. I feel like parts of it might be embellished, because you can't make me believe that this woman was even literally legitimately thinking about bringing Keith into her business. What is he going to do? When it comes to taxes, you have to be certified to do anything in that field. So does he have certifications? Like, no, 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 no. I wouldn't trust him no more than I would trust her. But that's really all I got. I want you guys to just tell me what you guys think in the comment section and the live chat about Ms. LATISHA. Like I said, her storyline just gives a little bit of a con, or she is, I don't know if she's trying to go, I don't know what she's trying to do. I don't know if she's trying to make the shade room or what, because it just doesn't, it don't, the math don't math when it comes to LATISHA. It really don't math. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the live chat and in the comment section. And let's go ahead and move over to the next couple, you guys. RANEKA and ASONTA, you guys. RANEKA. You guys, RANEKA, I really want her to do something better with this wig. It is the wig for me. It is the wig for me. Now, we met her mom in this episode. Her mama looked young. I was like, okay, mama, come on, mama. So you guys remember that RANEKA is getting ready to move to Atlanta the next day, right? I still think that that's stupid, and her family think it's stupid, because here's the thing: you don't know this man, you never met this man, but you willing to uproot your life and your kids to go be with this man. Please, for the love of God, make that shit make sense to me. Why are we uprooting our kids to go be in a relationship with a man you don't know, you never met? So you can get down there and he can have another girlfriend. He can have, so there could be so many different scenarios when it comes to Asante, and you're taking a huge risk and a gamble with going down there. I just think that you need to sit on that one just a little bit longer, RANEKA, please and thank you. Sit on that, sit on it, sit on it, sit on it. So her mom, and like her mom, like I just said, her mom even wants her to really think about it, because this is just not the smartest thing to do. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think it's a smart thing to do. So we got to her going away party. So at her going away party, she was performing at her party, right? And you know, her music didn't sound bad. I think she could, tweak a little bit. There's some things she could work on, because it wasn't that good, but it was okay. I would give it a little listen. So her and her family at one point got into it, and they got into it because her family was like trying to tell her, like, hey, what you doing, we don't think that is smart, and we don't think that it's in your best interest to do. So she at one point heard her family talking about her, and she was like, these bitches gotta go. I was like, well, you mad because they're telling you the truth. Like, the truth, unfortunately, the truth hurts, right? So so she put her family out. She went and got the security and had her family escorted out of the party, right? But by the time she got ready to perform, her family was back in there with her. So I was like, was that real or was that fake? Like, I don't know. But you guys, I actually do like RANEKA. I think she's a cool girl. But like I said, number one, I want her to do something different with this wig. The wig and the baby hairs and all that kind of stuff, it just gotta go for me. It has to go. And yeah, but yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the live and in the comment section below. And we're gonna pause here. Well, we're gonna go ahead and move over to our last couple. And this is the first episode that we were introduced to them. All right, you guys. So Savannah and Jake. That has to be an old ass picture of Jake, like a literal old picture of Jake, because Jake is 30 years old, and Jake looks nothing like this picture in the pictures that they showed us of Jake in this episode. So Jake, he's 30. Wow. So wait a minute. Savannah is younger than he is. She's 26, and he's 30. Very interesting. So he is in prison for first degree robbery, theft, and possession, you guys. So I'm sorry, but when he told his story, so He was 19 years old, he said, and he was a senior in high school. I was like, wait a minute, how were you a senior in high school at 19 years old? Why were you a senior? Like, you should have just dropped out of high school at that point. So he told us he's been in prison for what, 12 years, and he has another 5 years left on his sentence. I was like, oh, hail to the now. Savannah girl, you are better than me, because there is absolutely no way in hell I'm finna stay in a relationship with somebody that got 5 years on their sentence. Hell no. Now I know she was trying to write letters to the governor, but hell fuck nah. We finna get our bang bang boogie on. Absolutely not. We finna get the bang bang boogie on. So Jake told us that he he literally, I think he said he robbed or stole some weed from the weed man. And I was like, wait a minute, say what? So wait, how did this happen? How did this happen? He stole, yeah, he was 19 years old, he's 30 years old. He robbed the weed guy. I was like, how did you rob the weed man? And then I was thinking to myself, the weed man. So did the weed man go turn you into the cops? Because if you stole from the weed man and you went jail behind that, how in the hell did that happen? Did the weed man snitch on you? You needed a different weed man, my guy. First of all, why were you stealing the weed from the man? I mean, eh, there's a lot of questions. So Savannah, she's an actress, and she is also a director for a performing arts company. Girl, I want you to get out of the Dungeons and the Dragons of it all. But yeah, Savannah. I think she's gonna be an interesting person that we're gonna get. I think she's gonna be an interesting character. I truly do think she's gonna be very interesting. But I'm looking forward to Savannah, right? I don't know. Well, Savannah definitely ain't transferring the love after lockup, because for Jake to still be got another 5 years on his sentence, girl, there is no way you are transferring over to love during lockup, love after lockup. But good luck to you. Waiting 5 years for this man ain't no way, Jack. It ain't no way. It just ain't no way that would be for me. So we also found out a little bit more about Savannah. The fact that Jake's mama don't see it for her. Jake mama don't like her at all. And I was like, why don't his mama like you? So she told us that once upon a time before Jake, not long ago, she was a hoe. And she's admitting it. She won't take it back because she did that shit. I was like, well, girl, if you want to be a hoe, you be a hoe. Be the best hoe you can be. Just love them on up, right? Love them on up. So, like I told you guys, so Savannah is trying to write these letters to the governor so that she can get Jake out of prison, right? So her friend was supposed to come over, but her friend flaked on her. And so she called Jake's aunt. Jake's aunt didn't answer the phone either. I was like, girl, I'm pretty sure his aunt done talked to his mama. So yeah, good. Yes, sis. I don't think they see it for you. I don't think they see it for you, and I hate that for you. Not really, but hey. So we kind of found out why his mama might not see it for her. So there was this guy that she had been hooking up with, right? Her mama met him. His mama met him, and I guess she found out that they were from the same place, right? And so she mentioned Savannah, and the guy said that they had sex. And the timeline that the guy gave is also the timeline for which she and Jake have been in a relationship. So the mama don't see it for her, but I'm like, ma'am, your son is in prison. I mean, she wants some real deal hardcore pain. Now, when she was talking about how good the sex was with her and Jake, I was like, wait a minute, how'd y'all have sex? And she's like, oh no, it's phone sex. I was like, oh girl, phone sex? Yikes. I ain't really never that's never been something that I ever in my life been into was phone sex. Never, 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 never. So where we at? So yeah, that's really pretty much it. I think I covered everything with Jake and Savannah. If I didn't, let me double check. Yeah, so yeah, I cover everything because his mama don't see it for her because she think that Savannah cheated on her son. Well, technically, how can you cheat on somebody that you ain't? I mean, you can't physically see, you can't physically touch, like nothing, nothing, nothing. So good, get your rocks off, Savannah. I ain't hating on you. Get your rocks off. Get them off. What's up, mock reviews? How you doing this on this wonderful Saturday afternoon or evening? But yeah, with Savannah, I don't think she's cheated on Mr. Jake. I think she did what she got to do. Shit, that man is in prison. He's been in there for 12 years. He got another 5 years. Baby, I'ma sleep with like she said, she was a hoe, right? I'm gonna be the world's biggest hoe. Hell, another 5 years my ass. Another 5 years my ass. I'm trying to figure out how he got 35 years at 19 years old as a white kid. Well, I was gonna say something. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. He don't look 100%. He looked like he's maybe on the Asian side, and I don't think they really too much care for them either. They might be a little bit above us as black people, but yeah, maybe he and his friends off the dude. That's probably what happened. Something else happened with that situation, because for him to have that long in prison, 35 years, and he was only 19 years old. I'm still stuck on the fact that they robbed the weed man. Like, who the weed man who went and snitched to the cops? I just can't imagine that the weed man went and ran to the cops and said, "Oh, this little scrawny kid just stole my weed." How do you explain that to the cops? Then you gonna get arrested. Like, it is hilarious. I look forward to finding out more about Mr. Jake as the season goes on. I am so curious about Jake. I am so curious about Jake, but that's really all I got, you guys. Um, so yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section and in the live. But like I told you guys, and when I did my meet the cast, I said that this cast was gonna give us. I said that this cast was gonna give us some a good time. I said this cast was gonna give us a good time, and that's exactly what they doing. Mark Review says apparently Savannah was in Nikki Starr's live last night. I did see that. I didn't get to finish it, but I did see it before I came on her that she was in her live. I'm gonna have to go back and check it out and see what she said. Child, that mean that they perusing the YouTube streets. But I'm used to that. I'm so used to so many of these Love After Lockup people perusing the YouTube streets and coming into the comments and the live chats. But yeah, that's all I got, you guys. Like the live for me, share the live, subscribe to the channel, and also turn on those post notifications, you guys. And I'll catch you guys later on. I'll catch you guys in the morning for a brand new review of Love and Marriage Detroit, you guys. So be safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.